what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Green Bay Packers. With that, it's time for Super Bowl 55, as we'll get you over to Tampa. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. Make it a good one, gents.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We are honored to be here for the biggest spectacle in sports, the Super Bowl. Are you ready, partner?
I am more than ready, and I love the word you used, honored, because it is an honor to be here. It's a privilege to be here. My excitement is just about to burst through the booth. I can't wait to do this.
Well, and sitting with both of these teams and talking in the meetings and media day and all the hoopla that goes into this, there was one common theme. They're ready to stop the talking and start playing football.
Yeah, they were probably ready a while ago. Now they can just focus on it. It's done. The only talking they have to worry about now is post-game, and they hope that they'll be talking as the winning team.
And we'll see. You know, both sides come in with a game plan to start. We'll see how the adjustments are made throughout, because there are always adjustments in this game.
I want to see if they come out conservative, trying to minimize errors, or if they have enough confidence to attack early and try and take advantage of the other team's nervousness.
After all the talk, it's time for football, and here we go. Super Bowl 55 is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield. First and 10, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
They go with Chubb on second down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Now Mayfield. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. So opening drive, third down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on third down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a three-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle. 2nd and 5 now. Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Throwing, Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So now it's the Packers' turn to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember meeting him when he was playing at Cal, and I remember walking away thinking, instead of having Rodgers stitched on the back of his jersey, it should just say confidence. Because that's how he felt about his own abilities and his ability to elevate a team.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll get this out wide to Allison. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And this offense often hinges on one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's Jimmy Graham.
I think he made up for lost time when he got to the NFL because in college, he was mainly a basketball player, a defender who couldn't score. Now he's flipped it around in the NFL. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
Here's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Mayfield to throw it. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He got 29 yards that time. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Mayfield now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Here's Mayfield, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. 2 excellent drives for them to start this game, both ending with touchdown passes.
Yeah, they're off and running, even though they finish things off through the air. Gotta like what you're seeing from them so far. Being able to maneuver offense, take care of the football, and then ring that bell at the end with, as you said, 2 touchdown passes.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now 14-0. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
Olivier Vernon is a defensive end that combines terrific run-stopping ability with a quick first step to the passer.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He's going to air one out and unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
Mayfield now already over 150 yards through the air in the opening quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now here's a throw, and that's Taywan Taylor with it. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Mayfield on 1st down. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. A give running right is Chubb. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, at these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Mayfield.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but Well, the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Chubb. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal. Mayfield with a quick fire to Landry. It's a loss of 2, now third down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's third and goal. From the gun, Mayfield. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Preston Smith able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up fourth down.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on third down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
So on fourth down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. Seibert able to knock this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You don't
down.
want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think
did.
you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. This is Jones. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw.
Now that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game. So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
A 20-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Let's go. Do it.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they feel really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
a run for Nick Chubb. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing, Mayfield. It's caught, Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a 1st down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now Chubb. Preston Smith there on the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Chubb on the counter. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun. Mayfield. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A 61-yard attempt.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Now this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. 2 minutes remain in this opening half of Super Bowl 55. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Richardson, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Rodgers now on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rodgers. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Crosby puts it through. And a 2nd field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Get ready.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the 2nd quarter. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. This is the tight end, Njoku. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here in Super Bowl 55. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season from beginning to end. And now we'll play one half of football to decide who raises the Lombardi Trophy. And for the call, let's get it right back to Brandon and Charles.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Richardson, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This complete to Jones. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
Mayfield now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On the carry, it's Chubb. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. To throw, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's Jamie Gillen now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Rodgers. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From from the shotgun to give to Jones. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. From the 44, Rodgers. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Browns' 48-yard line.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Rodgers to Allison. Good for a Green Bay 1st down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Rodgers going to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Here's Rodgers. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Sheldon Richardson bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
And that's his 3rd sack, and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy, 3 sacks for the Panthers against Denver in Super Bowl 50.
All those sacks, they've only been an official record since Super Bowl 17. I know it's believed that L.C. Greenwood unofficially had 4 way back in Super Bowl 10.
Wearing the golden high tops as well.
The kick by Crosby is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the 1st half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Mayfield to throw it. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. From the gun, Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Rashawn Gary in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Pulled in at the 24. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 38, Rodgers, and this is incomplete. Geronimo Allison the target there, and it's 30 short. The Packers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. He's got to hook up to Lazard. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Got a man, that's Allison. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 8 yards in the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Rodgers now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and that's complete to Adams. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 5 now. Rodgers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Richardson make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
And that's a Super Bowl record, his 4th sack of the game. I think we got to start thinking seriously about making him the Super Bowl MVP as well.
I think you're right. With him leading in the driver's seat, he certainly has a shot. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And Crosby puts it through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Mayfield got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On the delay, Jones, and he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. 2nd and 5 now. Rodgers drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, right at the 40. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Rodgers now going to throw again. And Graham's got it. Complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. On 1st down, Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. And Super Bowl 55 down to the final 2 minutes. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Calling no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Partner,
and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
One more hurdle here. They need the 2-point conversion to, for the moment, stay alive in these playoffs. They'll try and run it in. And he is not going to get in. They stop him short. And that defensive play may have just clinched them a Super Bowl title. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Here's Jamie Gillen now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fielded at about the 28. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now Rodgers in the pack. Down 20-18. A little over 80 ticks to go. A field goal wins the Super Bowl, but work to do here on 1st and 10. Back to throw. The connection made. It's Graham. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
One of the advantages of zone defenses, I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And the lead is up to 5. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result, a Green Bay score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah.
You want. Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
Turnover. That's what we do. Other way. Let's go.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Mike, check, 59.
Back to it after the pick 6, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Landry again the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield looks to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. One last shot from Mayfield here. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back home. The Green Bay Packers are your Super Bowl champions. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.